What's good, everyone? After about 70 hours, I reached max level in World War III, which is level 51. Now I'm at around 130 hours. I figured I'd give my opinion on the game overall, the good, the bad, as well as some general advice to make your experience better when it comes to free to play. If you enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out quite a lot. First, the good stuff. The best part is the gunplay. Almost everyone will tell you that. Guns feel really smooth and realistic. Leaning is really well done. The game gets intense with such a low time to kill. Gameplay is almost a perfect 10 for me. The maps are well designed, which I get is fairly subjective, but even the more open maps, which I typically don't like in most games, play well and have hot zones with a lot of action in them. World War III is a really slow grind. It takes quite a while to unlock guns and attachments. This might sound like a bad thing, but I'd much rather it be that way than unlock all the guns and attachments in a few days or something. You'd get bored so quickly that way. Last, which actually hasn't happened yet, World War III will be going free to play in a few weeks or so. At that point, there's really no reason not to try the game out. Now, let's get into the bad stuff. Number one, by far, is the matchmaking and party system. I had an experience just last night where I was playing with a random squad that was actually making callouts, dropping ammo, armor, and health to each other. We ended up winning and even getting best squad. Random squad. So I was like, hey, let's add each other and keep playing after this match. I was only able to add 2 of the people from that squad. I'm not sure if the other people got the friend request or not. There's no way to talk to people outside of a match. So I invited the 2 people that I did add, join a match. Then I realized it's just me in there. So I have to back out, re-invite everyone, and try again. It did end up working, but it's kind of a pain. Sometimes you have to send multiple invites because people either don't get them or they accept them but still don't join for some reason. And then keep in mind this whole time you aren't able to talk to these people. They really need to iron out these bugs, but being that is probably the biggest issue, I'm not really too concerned. If you want to play this game solo, you won't really have any problems in that department. They also need to work on the servers. A lot of times there will be Europeans or Russians playing with me in US servers with really high ping. I was talking to a French guy the other night who had 150 ping that said he only ever gets put on Russian servers or East Coast US servers.
I'm lagging for no reason with 300 euros, 2,000 euros. Computer.
But the developers are aware of these issues and they're actively working on it. They tweeted out, I think yesterday, starting today, there will be daily server maintenance. That is definitely a good sign. The spawns in this game aren't the greatest, especially in team deathmatch. It's definitely not uncommon to get spawn trapped. Just gonna keep coming out right there. And last, there isn't really a lot of content. I'm not too concerned about this though, because the game is still in closed beta. Once they fix all the other issues and fully release the game, they'll have plenty of time to focus on things like more maps, game modes, and guns. Right now, there are only 2 game modes and 4 maps, and only 3 of those maps are actually used in TDM. There are a decent amount of guns, but I don't think you can ever really have too many guns. So for the advice that I have, number one, don't get this game expecting it to be another game that you play. It's a lot slower paced than something like COD or Battlefield, but it's not as slow paced as something like Rainbow Six Siege or CSGO. It really is kind of its own thing. You'll have to get used to it and learn the unique pace that the game has. Don't have expectations on how your gunfights are going to go or how the guns themselves operate. It's definitely not a movement-based game either. I've had some people ask me that. I play a lot of Battlefield 4, which at the high end requires a lot of skill in your movement. World War III isn't really like that at all, except maybe timing on peaking angles and leaning when you should, that sort of thing. Attachments matter quite a lot. The recoil for some of the guns can be pretty serious. When the game is getting ready to fully launch, I will actually be making a video on what guns I think are worth grinding attachments for. Some weapons aren't really worth wasting your time on. There is a steep learning curve to World War III if you want to get really good at the game. First few days I played, I wasn't really doing that well, but after I started learning and started getting into a rhythm, I improved pretty dramatically. Now here's some more just random advice, I guess. 1, make sure you make an anti-tank class. I didn't do this for a while, but I finally did it. And in tactical ops, there are a lot of overpowered tanks. So for the love of God, please make an anti-tank class. Also, a lot of the default classes already come with really good attachments on them. I'll go ahead and mention 2 of them. I have since deleted the classes, but the default barrel and M417 classes are pretty much meta. Give them all a try as you unlock them and don't change any of the attachments. The SMGs are a little underwhelming in this game, being that there are a lot of medium to long range engagements. A lot of people run the highest tier armor as well, which is made to stop pistol caliber cartridges pretty easily. They're good enough at filling the role that they're supposed to, you know, a lightweight, close quarters weapon. They're just not as good as you might think they are or hope that they are. The shotguns, kind of the same story. Can't engage at all at medium ranges really, and they don't do a lot of damage to armor. Just be wary of that. Don't get me wrong though, you can blast people in the face pretty easily with the Vepr 12 if you are a sniper. I've already made a video on this, but grind for the compact barrel, especially for the G29. This will allow you to get one-shot body shots at close range. And yes, the M200 is as good as you think it is. Although the ADS time is extremely slow, taking a full like 3 seconds, you can one-tap people in the toe with this damn thing. But that is about it. If you're not sure if you want to get the game when it goes free to play, I personally highly recommend getting it. I can't wait to see you all out there in a few weeks.